Hi, Bobcat fans, and welcome back to another week of Behind the Paw. My name is Matt Ambrose, and it's time to cover the field hockey program here at Frostburg State. We'll kick things off with Sam Coffey. Sam, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and let's kind of take a look at how you got to Frostburg and your journey really in this sport. So when you look back to when you started playing the game of field hockey, what comes to mind for you?
Wooden field hockey sticks, way back in the day. But something about it, I just always loved it. I loved having the ball on my stick. I love shooting, defense, getting back for it. I just love the game.
Now, when you were being recruited by schools to play field hockey, when did Frostburg really become an option for you? And when did playing field hockey in college in general really become something you were seriously thinking about?
I actually wasn't thinking about hockey in college, not until I actually came to Frostburg and met the coaches. And like I said, I love the sport. So when I started thinking about what college would be without it, I realized that I do want to play sports in college. So I went with that route, and I've been happy ever since.
Now in high school and now here again at Frostburg State, you're actually a dual sport athlete. You're playing field hockey and you're also a member of the women's lacrosse team here at Frostburg. What's the kind of work ethic and dedication that goes into being able to excel at both of those sports?
It definitely takes a lot of discipline, being able to focus on both sports, one in the fall, one in the spring. Summers and winters, you're always working hard to make sure you're making those run tests and the times you need to get, but also trying to balance schoolwork along with that.
Yeah, that's the thing that comes to mind, I guess, first for me is, how do you find that balance? Have you just been doing it for so long that it's really become second nature? Or what really goes into it for you to balance two collegiate level sports, now at the Division II level for both, as well as a course load?
So I definitely had to sort of rebalance and figure out how to do that when I came to college. It was definitely more of a commitment than it was in high school. So my freshman year, I did kind of try a lot of new techniques and strategies. But now, further along, I think I found my way of really balancing out academics as well as athletics.
You've been really a model of durability since you've come here to Frostburg State. All 58 games that you've played in here for field hockey, you've started in all of them. What does it mean for you to be able to remain healthy, get out there on the field every day and help your team?
So my goal coming in as a freshman was to actually start in all the games that I could and always give my best. And I think for me that really keeps the competitive drive alive within me. And it is something that I try to inspire my teammates with, to stay competitive within themselves, at practice, with others. And I think we really do see that start to flourish, especially this year with all the new freshmen coming in. They have just been killing it at practice.
And now, as you developed as a player here for this field hockey program, sophomore year statistically was your best so far. Led the team with 6 goals, added 2 assists, a pair of multi-goal games for you that season as well. What was really clicking for you during that season that allowed you to be so successful?
I think the main thing was we were trying a lot of different spots for people to go to and different formations on the field. So a lot of my sophomore year, I was on the forward line, the attacking line. So I was always kind of near the goal, getting those lucky chips and tips in. So I think that had a lot to do with it, just kind of right place, right time. But hopefully this spring when we play, I'll be able to manage the same.
Now, the move up to Division II brings about a higher level of competition. And you guys were in a unique position of being an independent school last year, able to travel to a bunch of different places to play some very high quality competition. What does that mean for you specifically, as well as just the team as a whole, in terms of how you're able to develop your guys' game playing against such strong opponents?
We, as a team, I think we're definitely almost shell-shocked. When we first moved up a division, the play was just much faster. The girls on the other teams had just great, outstanding stick work. So for us, we took that and we learned from it, and then we started developing that in our own practices and sort of almost mimicking what the other teams were doing. And I think that really did help us grow as a program and into the Division II transition.
You brought up a second ago how obviously fall sports here have been moved back to the spring, but obviously still workouts going on, still time with the team to stay sharp. What is that kind of sudden adjustment to the norm of things? How has that been for you and your team?
I think we're actually taking it pretty well. I mean, we come in working hard, and like I said before, these freshmen, they are so amazing. I think a lot of the underclassmen really have been just stepping it up, and I think that keeps the competitive drive alive on our team, pushing, the seniors and the juniors to make sure we're being our best and keeping up with them. So I think we're doing a really good job of keeping that fighting spirit alive.
You've brought up the freshmen on this team a lot, and that embodies your role as one of the captains on this team and one of 3 seniors as well. How have you been able to adjust to taking on the veteran leadership role of this team and being able to lead those young players?
So something that we like to do as the upperclassmen, we tried to create a new culture when we came in as freshmen. We wanted it to be more of like a family feel on the team instead of how it was before. So that is something that I think has come a long way in these 4 years, and I think a lot of it has to do with the upperclassmen really making sure and coming together and making sure we're including the underclassmen to become one whole team instead of the upperclassmen and the underclassmen.
Well, Sam, I really appreciate you stopping by here on Behind the Paw, giving us a glimpse of your journey in the sport of field hockey. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It was awesome.
Come back again on Friday. We will sit down with field hockey head coach Caitlin Thompson. And until then, stay safe and go Bobcats.